and then you wake up and start coughing again, throwing up because you have so much foam and mucus and fluid built up that it has to come out. You know, when you cough up blood and you feel like Mike Tyson just punched you in your kidney and you can't move, but you know you have to go to work and work a 10-hour shift. That's what I live with every day. So for me to say, yeah, I use this to get through my day is not for you to say, oh, you're just trying to kill yourself. How am I killing myself when I'm switching from all these legal, poisonous, chemical-filled pharmaceutical drugs to a natural herb that does the same exact thing for longer period of times? Okay, it's not a habit forming or addictive or addicting. I don't know which word to use in that situation. And lo and behold, here I am, still alive. And you don't have to smoke it. You can eat it. They even have oil now. So all you have to do, you can put it in your coffee. Put it in your food. Pop a little pill. You know, there are ways to be safe about things. But people hear marijuana and lung disease, and automatically all of these false representations of what we're trying to do and help people to see get thrown out the window because it's ignorance. It's ignorance. It's blatant disregard for a simple solution. I mean, if you take all the known, kidney failure, liver failure, all these people who are in the hospitals, who are getting pumped full of medication, their bodies can't take it, man. It's poison. I'm not saying all medicine's bad, because I need medicine to live. I need pancreas medication. I need albuterol. I need tobramycin. I need friggin' hypertonic saline. I need my respiratory safety inhalers. I need a lot of medication to survive through a day, guys. And to do it for 25 years, I need a lot of medications a lot of times. But when you're constantly getting pushed and pumped and poked and prodded, you have to be able to be in a mindset to where you can take hold and say, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore, guys. I'm taking control of my life. And I'm not saying I know what's best for everybody. I'm not saying this is going to make you cure CF. I'm definitely not saying that. But what I'm saying is, given the choice between known pharmaceuticals that people overdose and die and cause all these failures in your body versus $20 worth of weed that help me with my nausea, help me with depression, help me with anxiety, give me an appetite, help me with chronic pain. And I know it's legal here, some places it's not. And you know what? It is what it is because people are so afraid to say what they're thinking or how they're feeling or what they're doing. Because him, her, and her don't agree with it. And I know the CF community may give me a lot of backlash for making this video. But you know what, guys? If you're giving me backlash for telling you what I do, what I've done to make that mental, physical, and all-embodied change in my life to deal with this disease that so many of us are fighting and battling and trying to win, and a lot of us are losing, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you prefer all these prescription drugs, if If you think that's what works for you, that works for you. But what I'm saying is, if you have the ability, you have the physical, mental faculties to say, this is my life, this is what I'm going to do. Whether you ingest it, smoke it, eat it, drink it, look at it, whatever you do. And I get it. Some people are afraid because it's not legal everywhere. But you can't sit there and say that, I mean, a lot of these things, pharmaceutical companies won't tell you, you know. I think with, you know what it is, you know, it's pretty cut and dry as far as what you're getting, what you're doing, what you're putting in your body. As far as getting a script from a doctor and the pharmacist telling you, well, you know the side effects. Have you ever used this drug before? And you get a friggin' list of side effects that are this long, but it cures this one thing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I've been thinking about this a long time because I know a lot of us, like I said, it sounds crazy, but I used to think that I was the only one. You know, I've been looked down upon. I've been shunned. I've been called many nasty things, and many false, false preconceived notions of who I am as a person. Because of the way I choose to live my life. And like I said, if there's anybody out there who's willing to make the change, or just want to learn, or just, you know, they're doing the same thing and getting the same results, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you to make that change. It's up to you if you are of legal age, you know. If you are of legal age and you are of your own faculties and mind, body, and soul know what you're doing and getting yourself into, it is something to look into. Right now, as of my last checkup, my lung FEV1 is about maybe 29%. I'm not on oxygen. Never have been unless I'm in the hospital. I don't need a feeding tube. And I do what I can to make sure I can stay that way. And I will say confidently, through my experience with this and medication, that, you know, not everything works for everybody. Everybody's different, but I will confidently say that my choice, I don't think it's hurt me any, you know. I mean, yeah, the world's not gonna stop. You know, I don't live in a bubble. I get the flu, I get pneumonia, I get staph. It happens, but I don't blame it on doing, you know, the things that I do, or blame it on the things that I choose to incorporate in my life. Because there are some kids out there who hand sanitizer, Vogue masks, don't work, stay at home. Mom won't let them join the baseball team or play soccer with the neighborhood kids because it's flu season, you know. There are those people, but yet they end up in the hospital just like I do. Because at the end of the day, it's a friggin' disease that's never going to go away. We don't have a cure. We have great advances in what we're trying to do. We've gone leaps and bounds. But life is life, you know. Life is like water, or I should say life is like rain. It doesn't care who it hits, because it's going to happen regardless. And it just, sometimes you just got to roll with it and wait for the sun to come out. And if this video offends anybody, or if people still think I'm full of it, you know, do some research. Go out there, talk to people who have this disease, who have chosen the alternative, you know. Because like I said, I'm not the only one. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It's your life, it's your body. And all we can do is try to preserve it, you know. We've been dealt a really, really hard hand in life. Some of us not as hard, like myself. Like I said, I'm not on oxygen. I don't need a feeding tube. I go in the hospital maybe once, twice a year, if that. And through the grace of my higher power, you know, I'm still going. And I refuse to leave without educating and showing people other alternatives to what doctors and history has shown us. Because it's not fun having to be in a hospital bed. Because the world doesn't stop moving just because you're sick. You know, your friends aren't always going to be around to visit you in the hospital. Your parents may not be able to make that 30 to 45 minute hour drive, depending on how far you live from whatever hospital you're in every single day. Some people celebrate multiple birthdays, holidays, you know, anniversaries in the hospital. I know people whose best friends are their nurses. And that's just the life we live. But if there's any upside or any light at the end of the tunnel for any of us, I want people to know about it. And I don't want people to live with this disease and think that this is the only way I have to live, because this is what I was told I have to do. For whatever it's worth, guys, this is an alternative. This is a subject that's very sensitive. And again, I'll probably get a lot of backlash from it. But the only way we can educate ourselves and each other is by talking. By getting up and saying something. We have to learn. We have to do our part. We can't leave it up to doctors and scientists, our moms and our dads. We have to do the work. We know what works for us. It's our bodies. So take charge, guys. And above all else, keep breathing. I love you. Peace.